upward. More innovation, more drive, more output, more change. The world of technology and innovation is going to change more in the next 10 years than the last 10. More in the next 20 than the last 20. And I am driven to make sure Microsoft is driving ever more innovation. And it'll be great to have Bill part-time and on the board to support us, but it's full speed ahead.
I've always had the impression that motivation isn't really an issue for you anyway. Another thing I've got to ask you about, in the news. It's in the news every day now. Here's yesterday's Wall Street Journal. It says, Icon gains Microsoft as ally to oust Yahoo board. Now, I'm sure everybody here wonders what the state of play is in the Yahoo situation. It's been in the papers for months. Here's a question from Andrew Thomas, who's with Fred Health in Australia. He says, I read in the New York Times this morning that you may look to start talking with Yahoo again. If this goes through, what is the future of Windows Search/Live and the services you've already built around this?
Yeah, let me comment on that. We love what we're doing today in search. If you go to www.msn.com, you lose our live search. Every day, every month, every year, every release, we're making incredible progress in innovation, both on the results that you see, the user experience, the relevance, the advertising, and we love what we're doing, and we're going to drive forward in any event. There's kind of a return to scale, though, in internet advertising. The more customers you have, the better actually the set of advertisers you have, the better advertisers, and people actually like the ads in search. There are a lot of places people don't like ads, but in search, ads actually help the experience. And so if you put together our volume and Yahoo's volume, the thought was, that should be a good thing. I can't really comment much about what's going on today with Yahoo, but I can tell you that with or without anything going on that front, I love what we're building. It's fantastic. If we can accelerate our strategy, great, but we're depending on our own guys, our own engineers, their brilliance, their efforts, their energy. That's what's going to, and a lot of hard work, and a lot of patience, and a lot of tenacity. That's what's going to give us the breakthroughs versus Google.
Yeah, I mean, I realize you probably can't say much specific about the Yahoo situation, but let me ask you a broader question, which has to do with business model. I mean, we see lots of great companies changing their business models today in response to a changing world. And when people see the interest in Yahoo, whatever may become of it, they wonder, is Microsoft going to fundamentally change its business model to one that's based on advertising?
No. Yes. Oh. I had a slide up, which is really very important in the answer to this question. I said we believe in investing in 4 businesses: the PC, the enterprise, the internet, consumer internet, and in devices. The corollary to that is we want to have 4 business models. I think it's probably fair to say that our enterprise business model doesn't look anything like the old PC business model. And many of you have hassled us to try to make it even more different. There's some people who think we have licensing a little confused to this day because it looks too much like the PC. What we need to have is a PC model, single buyer, single user, OEMs, blah, blah, blah. We need an enterprise model. We do need an advertising model for the consumer internet. We need a devices model where we embed software and hardware like we're doing with AT&T and Media Room. And frankly, even in our enterprise world, we're going to need the subscription and operations model. So I get asked, are you trying to throw out the current models to do one new ad-based model? And the answer is no. Are we trying to, though, also have an advertising model? Sure. Just one more thing I give you to think about, and particularly to our partners. Let's say we went, because if you want to actually deliver people advertising that's meaningful, you got to know a lot about them. So suppose we went to one of our joint big accounts, and we said, we got good news. We're going to save you, blah-de-blah, I don't know, 50% in software licensing costs. But in return, you have to let us track everything your people write, type, see, look at, and visit. And if you let us know everything about your employees and their behavior and your business so we can deliver exactly the right ad, you know, let's say you're a, I don't know, collections officer at a bank and you're trying to collect money from a, I don't know, rifle manufacturer. Dear rifle manufacturer. And then an ad pops up and says, hey, want to buy a gun? I think we'll have problems with that model with our enterprise customers. So I'm not trying to switch out the old, I'm just trying to add the new.
Got it. Here's another topic that has come up a lot and a lot of questions are received, and that has to do with competition. A lot of competition you're facing. This morning's newspapers, all the major papers this morning have reviews of the new iPhone. They mostly like it. Also front page story in the Journal that you saw on Google about them having problems selling ads on YouTube. I know it breaks your heart, right? Yeah.
Nobody can quote.
You've had the media training, I see. Okay. But look, now here's a question. A lot of concern over. Here's a question, and to this person, forgive me if I don't pronounce your name properly. I'm doing my best. But it's Lotte van Lith de Joide from Capgemini in the Netherlands. And the question is, how does Microsoft plan to face the, quote, you're not so cool anymore attitude in the world toward Microsoft? It feels like you've been ignoring it for too long. Apple and Google are not cooler. They are just riding the waves of coolness better at the moment. So surfs up Microsoft, are you going to take the challenge?
Good one.
Bring it on, I say! Look, this is not an unknown. There would be people who talk about the topics in the question all the time. And the truth of the matter is, there's sort of three different phenomena going on. People who are new, or companies that are new, or reborn, because the two you talked about, I'd say one was dead and sort of came back to life. Who knows where they go next? And the other's kind of new. They're more newsworthy. The way we be newsworthy, if we're successful in and out, every day, all the time, for the next 10, 20, 30 years, we're not going to make it on, hey, they're brand new, we've never seen them before. We're going to have to surprise people. And I think we will. I think we'll surprise people with the quality of new PCs people see where we've worked really hard with Vista. And people will say, wow, these things are actually lighter. They're actually have better battery life. They're cheaper. They're more affordable. They're more flexible. They come in more size. Wow! That's cool. I think you'll find people as we get to our next generation of Windows mobile devices, people will stop and say, not everybody gets by well without a keyboard. I don't know about the rest of you. I actually find it easier to have one when I'm typing a piece of email. So what we need to do is have products that surprise people, that delight people, and particularly on the consumer side. To this audience, I think it's probably pretty fair for me to say we're really kicking it out, doing very well with our enterprise customers. We're surprising them, products are good. We haven't surprised people quite as much as we need to get to surf the cool wave.
Right.
But man, you take a look at where Vista's going, you take a look at Windows Mobile, and watch this space for news on search.
Aha! I'll remember those words. Thank you.